The New York Yankees have made a very sneaky signing by bringing Christian Velazquez back to the New York Yankees after 3 years, while the Luis Arraez rumors are heating up, while many fans are very split on if they want the super contact hitter and former teammate of Jazz Chisholm Jr. on the New York Yankees, while fans look to Brian Cashman to make bigger moves than he's been making to solidify this infield, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and now we're going to jump into everything if you don't mind. And if you guys like the videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a ton. 13% of people are subscribed right now. I know you have to look at this face and hear this voice for 8 minutes, but maybe you could turn your phone upside down and you just have to hear the voice. That might help a little bit, and if you can't deal with it, well, I understand. But we're going to jump right into things as usual, because the New York Yankees have made an absolutely monstrous signing, as revealed by Jack Curry, who mentioned that Andrew Velazquez has signed a minor league deal with the New York Yankees. It includes an invite to spring training. The Bronx-born infielder played for the New York Yankees in 2021. Now, obviously, this is one of the biggest moves in New York Yankees history. Velazquez is an unstoppable force of nature who absolutely will hit the ball maybe once every 15 at-bats, and that's pretty impressive. Oh, it's not. Yeah, no, I was doing a bit, and I'm still doing the awful bit. But we're going to keep going and jump right into it. In case you guys are wondering, no, there's no one over there. I just decided to do something that I thought would be funny, and it really probably missed, unless, I don't know, but it missed. Guys, look, Andrew Velazquez, not a very impressive baseball player. His on-base percentage isn't good. His OPS is a 537. His OPS plus is a 49. League average is 100, so that's pretty atrocious. But he is from the Bronx, and it makes you kind of like him a bit. He has 12 home runs over 6 years in the MLB. Obviously, he's not an everyday player. He's probably someone who's going to be in the minor leagues the entire season, but he could be someone who the Yankees bring up for a couple games this season if they need a shortstop and decide that Oswald Peraza is still not allowed to play Major League Baseball for absolutely no reason whatsoever. I know he's not been the most promising ever since he came up and was formerly very more hyped up. However, please don't play him. Don't play Velazquez ever over Peraza or Cabrera or any of the Oswalds or even DJ LeMahieu for that matter. Velazquez played for the Yankees and actually started a wild card game in Fenway Park for the New York Yankees. And look, he's not a good hitter. Career batting average of 189. We went over the stats. They're not pretty, but he is a good athlete. He could run the bases. He's someone you could put in for that. He's a good athlete. He can field halfway decent, so he's someone you could put in as a pinch runner, and he could play the middle infield or outfield in an extra inning game if the Yankees want to use him for the platoon sometimes, if other guys get injured. So for that matter, it's not the worst signing. The Yankees could always use more base running. They're not a team with a bunch of great base running, and given Cody Bellinger helps that along with Jazz Chisholm, but it's still, they could use a bit more base running out there. Their best base runner in recent memory has been Tim LeCastro, who obviously has 6 million injuries every time he plays sports. So Andrew Velazquez will most likely be used as a pinch runner if he ever gets back up to the New York Yankees, that is. Also, in case you think I'm being a little hard on Andrew Velazquez, it's only because he went to Fordham Prep and I went to a rival high school. Not Iona Prep. I went to Xavier, which is not that big of a rival, but one of my best friends did go to Fordham, so if I do get a chance to make fun of them, well, I'm going to, and there's a little insight into my life. Now, Velazquez has spent time with a bunch of different MLB teams, such as the New York Yankees, obviously, the Los Angeles Angels for the last 2 years, and the Cleveland Guardians. Look, also Tampa Bay, but he's never really found his bat at all. He's been able to be a solid fielder throughout his career and a good base runner, but there's not really much else left in Velazquez's game outside of that. With him hitting the wrong side of 30, his MLB career is very much on the ropes right now, as he's a guy who's really a pure athlete. However, we could see the Yankees call up the Bronx native a couple times this season to basically be a platoon guy, as I said. But outside of that, I don't really see much going on with Velazquez, and I'm fine with that. Now, Luis Arraez is someone who seems like he's constantly on the trade block. He was on the trade block in Miami, despite the fact that he led the league in batting average. Then now it seems like the Padres are open to trading him. And off rip, it seems weird that a guy who's such a great contact hitter is on the trade block, and the New York Yankees have their fans very split on if they want to bring in Arraez or not. And a lot of the comments basically rely on everything that's not his batting average. Now, taking a look at what Ryan Garcia of Empire Sports Media said, he said if you don't like Gleyber Torres, you shouldn't like Luis Arraez as a Yankees trade option. Does he fit the Yankees? He would have to hit 10 more. He would have hit 10 more career home runs if he played all his games here with the New York Yankees. But his batting average for balls in play, which he's a very batting average balls in play or BABIP reliant hitter, playing at Yankee Stadium is not great as they are 4th to last in BABIP with 283. So not really good for Luis at all there because, well, look, he's a fine player. He's a good contact hitter, but there's not much more to his game outside of that insane contact bat. And yes, it's a great contact bat. However, I don't know if it's fair to compare him to Gleyber Torres. He's a far better hitter than Gleyber Torres, no matter how you look at it. I mean, he did have less RBIs on the season, but he also hit 4 home runs. Luis Arraez cannot hit a home run at all. He has no power in that bat at all. But he is a solid base hitter. I mean, very solid base hitter when it comes to batting average. 314 batting average, one of the highest in the MLB. Great on-base percentage. Or not great on-base percentage at all, but okay on-base percentage. Slugging percentage, nothing special. The OPS is actually below average there at 739. And his OPS plus is above average. But I see why Yankee fans are completely against it. Look, Luis Arraez can't field. He cannot field. He's not a good fielder. He's a second baseman. The Yankees don't need another bad fielding second baseman. They'd have to move him to third at the very least. And if his arm can't do that, then he's a guy who would have to play first base. And the Yankees just signed Paul Goldschmidt. And they also have Cody Bellinger. So there's absolutely no reason to really go for Arraez outside of the fact that he would be helpful for getting on base, especially if you can have that protection of a second hole hitter who's a lefty and then Aaron Judge right there. Could be useful for him, could lead off for the New York Yankees and I guess be somewhat effective. But the fact that he had a 1.0 WAR with that batting average says what you need to see. He's not a good athlete. He's not a good fielder. He's just pure contact. And that is kind of just going away. That style of baseball is outdated and it just feels like bringing him on the New York Yankees is just a massive mistake waiting to happen, in all honesty, guys. Like, I like him as a player, I guess, but at the end of the day, I don't really want to see Luis Arraez on the New York Yankees. I thought he was so good on the Marlins, but look, the man is a multi-time All-Star. He's been an All-Star 3 times, and it's because of the batting average, but at the same time, if you're having a 1.0 WAR, that tells a huge story for someone with a batting average over 3. That's not good. That's not a good sign at all. It means he's not helping you win games despite the fact that he's good at getting the ball in play. And especially in New York where getting the ball in play is not always going to work out in your favor. I think it's a pretty good sign that the New York Yankees should steer clear, that they should still look for a guy who is an elite contact bat. It just should not be this one specifically. Now, I do want to know what you guys think because this does have Yankees fans split, and I will put a poll out on the channel to see how you guys are feeling about it. It's just going to be a yes or no if the Yankees should trade for Luis Arraez, but let me know down below in the comments. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I tried to say his name correctly, and I know I'm going to get hated for it. I sound as white as anyone ever. Guys, have a great day. Go Yankees.